Are you struggling to manifest your desires? In Ask and It Is Given, Esther Hicks introduces readers to the concept of the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. The book teaches readers how to harness the power of the law of attraction to bring their desires into reality. The chapter begins by discussing the importance of understanding the relationship between thought and reality, and how our thoughts shape our experiences. It goes on to explore the 3 steps to manifestation: ask, believe, and receive, with inspiring anecdotes and practical exercises. This chapter sets the foundation for the rest of the book, providing readers with a powerful tool to transform their lives. Part 1. Things that we know that you may have forgotten, which are important for you to remember. Chapter 1. The Power of Feeling Good Now. This chapter emphasizes the importance of feeling good in the present moment to align ourselves with our desires. The authors suggest that we often make the mistake of constantly striving for future goals, hoping they will bring us happiness, when in reality, our feelings in the present moment are the most important indicators of our alignment. They provide techniques for shifting our vibration, such as practicing gratitude, focusing on positive aspects of our lives, and using affirmations and visualization. Chapter 2. We are keeping our promise to you. We are reminding you of who you are. Chapter 2 introduces the author's concept of Abraham, a collective consciousness they channel, and explains that their teachings aim to remind us of our true nature as powerful creators. The authors discuss the importance of aligning our thoughts, feelings, and actions with our desires and offer insights into how the law of attraction works. They emphasize that we are all deserving of abundance and joy, and our only job is to focus on what we want and allow it to come to us. Chapter 3. You do create your own reality. This chapter explains that we create our own reality through our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. The authors emphasize that the universe is always responding to our vibration, and we can deliberately choose to focus on thoughts and feelings that align with our desires to manifest them into reality. They offer practical advice for recognizing and shifting negative beliefs and emotions, such as using affirmations and focusing on positive aspects of our lives. Chapter 4. How can I get there from here? Chapter 4 addresses the question of how to bridge the gap between where we are now and where we want to be. The authors explain that the key is to focus on the feeling of having already achieved our desires rather than worrying about the specifics of how they will manifest. They offer several techniques for aligning with our desires, such as using visualization and creating positive momentum by taking small actions towards our goals. The authors emphasize that the journey towards our desires should be enjoyable and that we should savor every step of the way. Chapter 5. This simple basis of understanding makes it all fit together. This chapter explains the fundamental principles of the law of attraction. It emphasizes that the universe is made up of energy, and our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs emit a particular vibration. We attract circumstances, people, and things that match our vibrational frequency. The chapter stresses the importance of being aware of our thoughts and feelings and shifting them towards positive ones to attract what we want. It also highlights that we can't attract abundance if we're in a state of lack, and we must align our thoughts and feelings to attract abundance. Chapter 6. The Law of Attraction, the most powerful law in the universe. This chapter dives deeper into the law of attraction and how it works. It explains that we create our reality through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Whatever we focus on, we attract into our lives. The chapter encourages us to focus on what we want and to let go of our limiting beliefs and negative thoughts. It also highlights the importance of gratitude and appreciation in attracting abundance into our lives. Chapter 7. You are standing on the leading edge of thought. This chapter explains that our thoughts and beliefs create our reality, and we are continually creating our future through our present thoughts and feelings. It also emphasizes that we are always on the leading edge of thought, and we have the power to choose the direction of our thoughts. The chapter encourages us to focus on what we want, to be in a state of positive expectation, and to trust that the universe is conspiring to help us achieve our desires. Chapter 8. You are a vibrational transmitter and receiver. This chapter highlights that we are constantly transmitting and receiving vibrational energy. It explains that our thoughts and feelings create our vibrational frequency, and we attract circumstances, people, and things that match our frequency. The chapter encourages us to be aware of our thoughts and feelings, to raise our vibrational frequency, and to focus on what we want to attract more of it into our lives. It also emphasizes that we have the power to choose our thoughts and feelings, and we can shift them towards positivity to attract abundance. Chapter 9. The Hidden Value Behind Your Emotional Reactions. This chapter explains the importance of our emotions in creating our reality. Our emotions indicate whether we're aligned or misaligned with our desires. Negative emotions are an indication that we're out of alignment with our desires, and positive emotions mean we're aligned. The chapter highlights the importance of understanding our emotions and using them as a guidance system to shift our focus towards positive thoughts and feelings. It also emphasizes that negative emotions have hidden value and can help us identify our limiting beliefs and shift them towards positivity. Chapter 10: The 3 Steps to Whatever You Want to Be, Do, or Have. This chapter provides a simple 3-step process for manifesting our desires. The first step is to ask for what we want. The second is to believe that we can have it, and the third is to receive it. The chapter emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we want, believing that we can have it, and feeling the positive emotion of having it. It also highlights that we can't receive our desires if we're not in a state of allowing, and encourages us to let go of resistance and limiting beliefs. Chapter 11: With practice, you will become a joyous, deliberate creator. This chapter highlights that we're all creators of our reality and have the power to manifest our desires. It emphasizes that we can create anything we want by focusing on our desires, aligning our thoughts and emotions, and taking inspired action towards our goals. The chapter encourages us to practice deliberate creation by focusing on what we want, feeling the positive emotion of having it, and taking action towards our desires. It also highlights the importance of enjoying the journey towards our goals and celebrating every step of the way. Chapter 12: Your emotional set points are within your control. This chapter explains that our emotional set points are within our control and we can shift them towards positivity. Our emotional set point is the dominant emotion we feel on a regular basis, and it determines what we attract into our lives. The chapter highlights that we can raise our emotional set point by focusing on positive thoughts and feelings, practicing gratitude and appreciation, and letting go of limiting beliefs. It also encourages us to be aware of our emotional state and to shift towards positivity whenever we're feeling negative emotions. Before we continue, we would like to inform you that we release these summaries in audio format on Spotify before we release them on YouTube in video format with subtitles. Thank you for the support, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Chapter 13: Allow your feelings to be your guide. This chapter highlights the importance of using our emotions as guidance to manifest our desires. Our emotions act as a GPS system that leads us towards our desires. Negative emotions indicate that we're moving away from our desires, while positive emotions show that we're moving towards them. The chapter emphasizes that we should follow our bliss and do things that make us happy, rather than focusing on what we think we should do. It also encourages us to focus on the present moment and enjoy the journey towards our goals. Chapter 14: Some Things You Knew Before You Arrived. This chapter explains that we come into this world with a sense of knowing and purpose. We're born with an understanding of our connection to the universe and our innate power to create our reality. The chapter highlights that we're here to experience joy and growth, and we should follow our inner guidance to fulfill our purpose. It also emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and enjoying the journey towards our desires. Chapter 15: You are a perfect yet expanding being, in a perfect yet expanding world, in a perfect yet expanding universe. This chapter explains that we're perfect beings who are constantly expanding and growing. Our expansion is a natural part of the universe, and it's essential for our growth and evolution. The chapter emphasizes that we should embrace our expansion and enjoy the process of becoming more. It also highlights that our desires are a natural part of our expansion and encourages us to focus on what we want, rather than what we don't want. Chapter 16: You are co-creating within a magnificently diverse universe. This chapter highlights that we're co-creators of our reality, and we're constantly attracting experiences and circumstances into our lives. It emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we want, rather than what we don't want, and aligning our thoughts and emotions with our desires. The chapter also encourages us to embrace the diversity of the universe and appreciate the differences among people, cultures, and experiences. It highlights that we can learn and grow from our differences and that diversity is an essential part of our expansion. Chapter 17: Where are you, and where do you want to be? This chapter emphasizes the importance of knowing where you are in relation to where you want to be. Understanding your current vibrational frequency is key to determining your path forward. The chapter provides exercises to help identify where you currently are in different areas of your life, such as career, relationships, and health. By identifying the gap between where you are and where you want to be, you can start to focus your thoughts and energy towards what you truly desire, bringing you closer to your goals. Chapter 18: You can gradually change your vibrational frequency. This chapter explains that your vibrational frequency is determined by the thoughts and emotions you hold, and that it is possible to gradually shift to a higher frequency. The key is to focus on positive thoughts and emotions, and to recognize when negative thoughts are creeping in so that you can redirect your focus. The chapter provides exercises to help shift your vibrational frequency, including affirmations and visualization techniques. By consistently focusing on positive thoughts and emotions, you can gradually raise your vibrational frequency and attract more of what you desire into your life. Chapter 19. Only you can know how you feel about you. This chapter emphasizes the importance of self-love and self-acceptance. It explains that the way you feel about yourself determines the types of experiences you attract into your life. If you feel unworthy or inadequate, you will attract experiences that reflect those feelings. The chapter provides exercises to help shift your self-perception, including acknowledging your positive qualities and identifying negative beliefs you may be holding about yourself. By learning to love and accept yourself, you can attract more positive experiences into your life. Chapter 20. Trying to hinder another's freedom always costs you your freedom. This chapter explains that when you try to control or hinder another person's freedom, you are also limiting your own freedom. The universe operates under the law of attraction, which means that what you put out into the world comes back to you. If you try to control others, you will attract experiences that reflect that need for control, leading to feelings of frustration and powerlessness. The chapter provides exercises to help release the need to control others, including identifying the fears that drive the need for control and focusing on what you can control in your own life. By letting go of the need to control others, you can experience more freedom and attract more positive experiences into your life. Chapter 21. You are only 17 seconds away from 68 seconds to fulfillment. This chapter emphasizes the importance of holding positive thoughts for at least 17 seconds to shift our vibration and attract what we want. The author states that holding a thought for 17 seconds can attract another similar thought, leading to more positive thoughts and creating momentum. The author then introduces the concept of the 68-second rule, which states that holding a pure, positive thought for 68 seconds can change our vibration and help manifest our desires. The chapter also provides a practical exercise to help readers hold positive thoughts for 17 seconds and gradually increase that time to 68 seconds. Chapter 22. The different degrees of your emotional guidance scale. This chapter explains the emotional guidance scale, which is a tool to help us identify our current emotional state and work towards improving it. The author explains that the scale ranges from high-frequency emotions such as love, appreciation, and joy to low-frequency emotions such as anger, fear, and despair. The author encourages readers to identify their current emotional state and then move towards emotions that feel better. The chapter provides a detailed description of each level on the scale and practical tips to help readers shift their emotional state to a higher frequency. Overall, this chapter provides a valuable tool for readers to manage their emotions and improve their overall well-being. Conclusion. The conclusion of Ask and It Is Given emphasizes the importance of focusing on one's feelings and emotions to manifest desires. Hicks emphasizes that one's feelings serve as a feedback mechanism, guiding individuals towards what they truly desire. The book encourages individuals to take responsibility for their own lives and make a conscious effort to choose positive thoughts and emotions. Hicks suggests various techniques to raise one's vibrational frequency, such as visualization, affirmations, and meditation. The book ends by reminding readers that the universe is abundant, and that individuals can achieve anything they desire if they maintain a positive and receptive mindset. Overall, the book serves as a practical guide to manifesting desires and creating a more fulfilling life.